All right, what's up, guys? Jackson Nip here today, and today I just wanted to shoot a quick video for you guys that can kind of help you recognize where you're at in the process and see if you're actually making the progress that you need to be making, and if you're checking all the boxes, because there's a lot of boxes that we need to check on a daily basis, and a lot of us, myself included, struggle to hit all of these boxes on a daily basis, and we see the people that we admire, that we idolize, and we see where they're at. Well, all they're doing is they're simply waking up every day and checking every single box they can every day. And they don't leave any stone unturned. And for some of us, we may wonder why we don't make any meaningful progress, or we're not where we really want to be. And we sometimes have to ask ourselves, are we checking all the boxes? So we're just going to, cover a few that I think are extremely important, especially if you're on your own journey with strength training. These are the boxes that I recommend everyone be checking on a daily basis, because these are the things that you can control. And these are the things that are actually going to move the needle forward on a day-to-day basis. So training, are we getting in the gym? Obviously, yes, this box is probably going to be checked by most of us without hesitation. But then we have to ask ourselves, is what we're doing in the gym actually contributing to the goals that we have? Are we actually making progress in the gym? So then we have to ask ourselves, is the training program that we're following the right training program? And that's going to be key, on our journey into getting to where we want to go, is making sure that we're doing all the right things. Sometimes we have to learn through trial and error that we're not doing the right things. So then we just have to implement the right things. Sometimes it's only learned through trial and error. And training is one of those things. The next one would be nutrition, hydration. Are you getting in your protein? If you're an athlete, or if you're a strength or performance athlete, are you getting in enough carbohydrates to actually fuel the energy that you need to perform your sport or activity? Are you getting in the proper electrolytes? Things of those nature. You have to make sure that you're checking that box every day, because that plays into being able to get the most out of our performance in the gym. Things like mobility, sleep, stress management are all going to be crucial in the overarching theme of reaching our goals and being where we want to be. I used to be okay at making sure I got my mobility in every day, and I'm starting to put some things in when I'm in my training that can kind of supplement some mobility stuff. But truth be told, I suck at it half the time. I'm really not good about stretching as much as I need to. I should throw that in there. I do stretch on a daily basis, but sometimes it's really only for a couple minutes, when really it needs to be for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And it doesn't all have to be at once. It can be sectioned out. I learned that from one of my buddies, Calvin, how he talked about, finding those little blocks of window in your day, the 2 minutes to where you can just move your body, stretch, feel good. Those add up and those compound over time, especially, throughout the week. So those are little things that I'm trying to do to make sure I'm checking my mobility box along the way. Sleep's going to be huge. Are we getting that 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night? Are we actually getting quality sleep? Or are we just tossing and turning, feeling groggy, relying on caffeine the next day? And that turns into most days. So we have to ask ourselves, are we actually getting quality sleep? Are we getting the rest that we need to be able to allow our bodies to recuperate and recover from the work that we're, demanding of it? Something else that's extremely important that I'm getting into myself, I'm learning more about, and I want to spread with others, is stuff that like visualization and mindset. Are you, when you think about your goals or where you want to be, are you positively thinking about yourself? When I have a strongman competition coming up, one of my events that I'm really looking forward to is the sandbag carry for distance. I'm envisioning myself absolutely dominating that event, carrying it farther than all of my competitors, absolutely annihilating the 200-pound sandbag that I'm going to have to carry. That's what I'm envisioning when I think of that event specifically. But there's times where we may be heading into a powerlifting meet, or just any, a test, even in school, and we're too worried about failing, or we're too worried about not doing the right thing, or looking like a fool, embarrassing ourselves, not living up to our potential. And those things are great. Those are great things to worry about. But we need to then take the constructive action into actually counteracting those feelings, to ensure that, hey, I have the confidence to counteract all those thoughts, because I know I've done the work, I've done all the right things, and I'm not worried about the outcome like that. We need to make sure that we think of ourselves in a positive manner, and cultivate that mindset to we can be a dominant individual when it comes to overcoming obstacles and overcoming that adversity that we're inevitably going to face. And so that comes down to daily processes of when negative things happen, do we let it snowball effect throughout the rest of our day, have an effect on our training, have an effect on our relationships and our sleep? Or do we, cultivate those positive thoughts, and no matter what gets thrown our way, we're able to bounce back, we're able to keep climbing, keep taking steps forward, and keep getting 1% better every day. You have to ask yourself, what boat are you in that scenario? And so that's another box that needs to be checked, because eventually you're going to manifest whatever thoughts are inside your brain. If they're negative thoughts, you're going to experience negative results. And likewise, if you're, filling your brain with positive things, when the negativity, arises, that's when those positive thoughts will kick in, and you're going to, have that positive reinforcement there, ready to carry you through. And then stress management, do we have healthy relationships? Are we surrounded by people that encourage us and promote us to be our best, to strive for more, to put our best foot forward every single day? Or are we surrounded by losers who are like, hey man, you don't need to spend time in the gym, you don't need to eat all that protein, you're crazy, your goals are wild, you're never going to get there? Fuck that noise, man. You have to surround yourself with people that are going to uplift you and support you, whatever your goals are. And it goes back, it's further than just relationships. Does your job or does your career have a positive or negative toll on your outside life? Is your spouse supportive? Are your friends supportive? Things of those nature need to be taken into consideration on a daily basis, because if we're trying to be at our best, if we're trying to reach the ultimate peak of our life that we envision for our life, yet we go home every day, or we're constantly surrounded by people that are negative and don't contribute to our goals and our mindset, are we really going to get to where we want to go? So these are just things that we have to ask ourselves along the way, especially in a day-to-day process of making sure that we are checking every single box that we can check possible to move forward every single day. The last box is empty, because all of us will have our own thing that we need to check, and this could look different for everyone, but you'll figure out what that is along the way. I'm not here to tell you what that box is, but it's something that you'll recognize, that you'll think about, and you're going to ask yourself, is this important? And you're going to have an underlying feeling down there that it is important, and yet you're not doing it, or you're neglecting it more often than not. So therefore you need to make that change and ensure that you're able to check that box every single day, especially if you know it's going to move you forward. So these are all important things to consider in the realm of trying to reach our success, trying to reach our goals, trying to be the absolute best that we can be. We need to make sure that we are waking up every day and checking every single box that we can every single day. So that's the message for today, guys. I appreciate you guys tuning into these videos. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share this video. If you guys have any recommendations for videos that you would like to see, or things that you would like to hear me talk about, please leave them down below. I appreciate all your guys' support. It truly does mean a lot to me. So get out there today and be great.